Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Tonight I want to answer a question from the audience. This one's about Chaos Legion packs and how long they will take to appreciate after they get sold out or burnt out through the burn mechanics that have been introduced recently. If you don't know, Chaos Legion packs are currently burning at 25,000 packs per day because of a proposal that was passed by the governance of the game. And simultaneously, people are able to buy packs off the marketplace, and there are only so many left. So one way or another, they're going to be gone. The question is, are they being bought up or are they being burned out? Either way, how long will it take once they're done for them to see a price appreciation, or will they ever? Some people don't think they will. I clearly do. Let's talk about that, and I'm going to read this comment. Guys, before we do, my name is Dwayne Cunningham. I go by Infidel1258. You can call me 12. And when people leave comments on my channel and I get into the question, if it creates a video for me, I'm going to keep track of your name. And I'm going to, when we get 250 raffle tickets handed out through this process or through supporting my YouTube channel financially, then I will hand out a plot of land. I'm going to raffle a plot of land. And so if that sounds interesting, drop comments below with your IGN or support the YouTube channel on the members only page. Thanks guys. Let's get into it. Let's look at Chaos Legion sales. We're at 10,632,000. Yesterday we were at 10,600,000 roughly, which is to say that we haven't really moved forward. We've sold maybe 7,000 packs today, 8,000 maybe, because remember 25,000 burnt today. And so we are rapidly approaching the next airdrop, which is the legendary water summoner, but still, you know, it's not that far away, and yet it is at the pace that we're going. And yet we know, because of the proposal that passed and how the packs are being burnt and the timeline around that by March of 2023 they will all be gone one way or another. And with that in mind, I saw a comment today from Crypto Beaver. Positive attitude, love it. Let's read it. Crypto goes, long term, I like packs to increase in value. I agree. Long term. We all know Chaos Legion will be over by the end of March 2023. Yep. At that time, this is so important. This is why I want to talk about that. At that time, millions of packs will be sitting unopened on the sideline, waiting to appreciate in value, which could be realistically 12 to 18 months. So this is, first of all, true. There are a large number of people who are going to buy Chaos Legion packs, even myself. We're going to buy some packs and just sit on them with no real urgency to open them. I don't need those cards per se. And yet I do believe, despite the fact that this is true, there's going to be something like 3 million packs. I think there's might be 3 million packs that are just currently being held and not being opened. And so if you imagine, you know, maybe we sell another million and we burn 3.5 million. Maybe it looks something like that. I bet it does. We've got 4 million packs sitting out there just kind of waiting to be appreciated. And I think that's a fair analysis, that they're going to be set on the sideline waiting to appreciate. And people like Crypto Beaver and myself are going to be patient for that, recognizing that the core point is that whether or not there's a lot of them is irrelevant. They are deflationary in nature, because every time a pack is opened, that pack no longer exists. Yes, the cards exist inside it, but the pack no longer exists. And so that deflationary nature means that the longer, it's almost like a game of hot potato, but you actually want to be the last one holding it. It's like the ironic opposite. And so let's carry on. He goes, so I have to be patient to see that increased value realized. But in the meantime, I play the game I love, and I'm earning my daily rewards and churning it into more packs. I love that sentence. And this is almost the hook that got me to cover Crypto's comment, because yeah, man, like, do you enjoy the game? And how many times have I said that? Is the game fun, and does it have a future? It's totally okay for you to be skeptical about maybe some of the direction of what they're doing around rank rewards or bots, or not handling bots, or, you know, locking up SPS when you earn it through rank rewards, because remember DEC was liquid when you got it, but now SPS is staked, and there's questions and there's frustration and there's complaint from our community, and that's actually great because it means that there's passion and excitement and actually like a number of interested parties trying to realize and find their way to like the best finished product. And I think Splinterlands has always loved that. I think you see that in our weekly town halls when they invite FAQs for like a whole hour every week. This isn't normal. And there is an intentionality in this game to seek out the feedback of those who are in the community, whether it's taking time for interviews with people like myself, or whether it's answering questions for our audience in the FAQ. Splinterlands is eager to involve us. And I think that is really amazing, because it means that the passion that we have for the game, the enjoyment that we have for this game can be grown in like through conversations with the team, not just from like, hey, this is what I'm enjoying and let's see more of it, but also, hey, this is frustrating. Can we change that? And that dialogue is always happening. And sometimes it's going to be beneficial to your view and sometimes it's not, but you have to admit that's a great kind of process, and we have to be glad that's ongoing, because not every team, not every game, not every company is going to be so open with us. And I think as not just a player but an investor in it, I love that I have some sort of voice in there. And bringing it back, the passion that he's sharing there, I think there's an amazing connection and outlet with the company. Love it. I know that that's a benefit to people like Crypto Beaver and myself who see that opportunity. But I also just love that he's coming at it from, look, time is probably going to be a long while, but my fun and my passion and my joy are here. And that's what is going to let me get to that place where that finish line is. Maybe it is 2 years away. Are you going to be able to endure for that time, to run the race, to finish the race? The question isn't, can you be here when there's a bull market? That exuberance is going to carry you when you're watching prices soaring and cards are flying off the markets and everyone's doing well and every crypto's 10xing. That's an easy time to be an investor. But it's a very challenging time in the middle of a bear market to step back and say, whoa, did I overdo it in something here? Or is now a time where I could be doubling down on things where I didn't and wish I had? And thinking through, like, both through optimism and with scrutiny and skepticism, am I still right to walk this path? Because you can change your mind at any time, and Splinterlands is so clear about that. I love it how Matt and Agrid always say this whenever somebody comes along and complains about what they've done, or they'll say something like, I'm sold on my assets because you did X. The response from Matt or Agrid is always the same, and it's, in my opinion, this is the best response you could give. This is their response. I love that our game, Splinterlands, is one where you can make that choice and financially benefit, or at least even if it's not a financial benefit, you can sell those assets. Maybe you lost some money. Can you say that you do that with Diablo, with Call of Duty, with League of Legends? You can't. And that opportunity is here. So it's like, bless you. Glad you had the financial out. Hopefully, you use it well in some other way. I love that. And so, is it fun? Does it have a future? Constantly reassessing, does it have a future? And constantly reassessing, is it fun? And Crypto Beaver says, yes, it is. I'm going to carry that joy and that sort of passion through a period of what he thinks might be 12 to 18 months. And that's going to be a hard time. If there's a 1.5 year kind of lull where packs are reduced in price and they're lingering at low levels, and you're sitting on tens of thousands or thousands or even hundreds of Chaos Legion packs, That could be deeply frustrating. And it gets to a place where some other deal comes up and you think, man, I wish I could buy that. But you know that your only real value that you could move around would be, for instance, something like Chaos Legion packs that are in that example below the purchase price. So you bought them for $2, $3, $4, and then they're down at $150 at a moment like now. And are you gonna take that L, sell it, and in order to move into that next asset, the next thing that's you're foaming over? Or are you going to be patient and say, no, I like the game, I'm willing to be patient? He carries on, he goes, DEC will eventually stay within PEG, but for that we need land working and or DEC bonds to be issued. Matt's idea from our previous town hall. For SPS value to improve, we need a strong DEC PEG. Yeah, I agree with that. Do I agree with that? I do. That's certainly one thing that would make SPS soar. If DEC gets back to PEG, and if DEC, that would probably mean that DEC is drying up, for one thing. And that's a good thing, because then those who want DEC to, for instance, upgrade guild halls or buy certain packs are going to need to burn SPS, and that's going to help SPS price. So I agree with what you're saying, but I would argue that SPS value can improve apart from DEC if the right sort of market conditions happen. Like a bull market, things happen out of order and it's chaotic. And so if there's a bull market, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw SPS soaring just out of exuberance from a market standpoint. And that's not necessarily fundamentally based, whereas your point is a fundamental consideration for why SPS could soar. You carry on. Vouchers will continue to drop in value unless permanent sinks are put in place. Example, promo cards only payable in vouchers. That's an interesting idea. Card values to improve will require new players to join and the fun, and for that to open new player experience will have to drastically improve. This is probably true. Whether it's the mobile app needing to be a lot better, or whether it's changing, I think taking away some of the hurdles around how we even get into the game. What do I need to know? My private keys, my posting keys, Hive, I need Hive keychain. I need, there's a lot of things that might, to you or me who understand blockchain, be relatively basic, but are probably a barrier to a lot of kind of average gamers. And so I think he's right. The degree to which we drastically improve that new player experience is a degree to which we will see a direct impact on card purchase prices, right? Because they need to come in and either rent or buy cards to play the game. On that topic, I was glad to see this added as one of the new items on the list of the priorities for Splinterlands. So I can't wait to see this on the roadmap and the details of the plan. Yeah. With respect to the top priorities that Splinterlands listed when they laid off those people, I think this was definitely one of those topics, the new player experience. I said in a previous video, and I stand by it, the devil's in the details. I want to know what they mean when they say we want to improve, quote unquote, improve the new player experience. But absolutely, it's pivotal to driving new player adoption, which is key in facilitating economic growth in the Splinterlands ecosystem. One suggestion: could we use funds in the DAO to rehire Bulldog as community manager? I mean, we can, Crypto Beaver, and they've said that, and I think we could use that value to hire anybody. Really, is the thing, but that's a finite amount of money, and we have the idea that we would move into rehiring more people or rehiring people back at this moment in this context where people, Bitcoin is continuing, like it's trickled down further since those layoffs. And also, some analysts are saying even lower. So, I think it wouldn't be very prudent to spend in that way. But I want to bring it back to that idea again that you are bringing it to. Two points. The timeline might be, still a while away. It's only going to be in March when the packs are done. And then there's going to be 3 or 4 million packs that are sitting around being on the sidelines that are waiting for appreciation. That's going to be a weight on the shoulders of their financial appreciation until some of those people say, you know what, I'm just going to sell it. And then that is always going to happen. That's always, whether it's at $1 or whether it's at 50 cents or whether it's at $2, people will sell because, you know, they just have enough is enough, they say. And then the weak hands, as you've heard before in crypto, let go, and the strong hands are left holding it. And that's when you see price appreciation, because those guys, people like you probably, Crypto Beaver, are going to be holding them past a place where they are $3, $4, $5. I truly believe they could be $10, $20 at some point in the future. But probably in the timeline you're talking about, I expect that Chaos Legion packs probably are $3, $4 again, and maybe more. But the question marks for how it would be more would be depending on a couple variables. It would be depending on SPS price, reward card availability, DEC price, new player adoption, and also the power or the nature of the last legendary reward cards from the Chaos Legion set. Because those legendary reward cards could be absolutely epic. If this is a Byzantine Kitty power level, if this is a Yodin power level, if this is a Crypto Llama, Scarred Llama power level, these will drive added desire in the Chaos Legion set, right? So these variables around the economy, around the return of the bull market, around the lack of reward cards, which I quickly mentioned, but would be a bull factor, because lack of reward cards would be a drying up of assets in the game, which would mean Chaos Legion packs would be one of the easy ways to get into the game, and that would drive up value. So there's lots of different things that could happen to precipitate price appreciation, and it could be in this timeline or it could be longer. But the core has to be, is the game fun? Do you enjoy playing it? Because if it does, and if it is, and if you do, I play the game that I love and I earn daily rewards churning into more packs. That there is a winning formula that over a long enough time horizon is going to translate into significant life-changing opportunity. That's what I believe. That's the thesis of my approach to this game. And so I'm very much in agreement with what Crypto Beaver is saying here. And it's just about patience, and it's about just finding the joy in this moment and forgetting about where we're going to end up, but just trusting the process, recognizing that this game it's fun and these assets have value, and that combination is rare and should be attractive to a wide range of players. Even if right now it isn't as big as I want, I suspect that can reach them. So if that's how you feel, that it's fun and it still has a future, and you're allowed to reassess those two questions all the time, and you should. But if you think it is, then you just sit back and you do what you've been doing already for months, and you just let this thing grow and accumulate, and you let that snowball build, because as it rolls down the hill, it will get larger. And in moments like this, when everyone else is sleeping on it, that's when you can put in work, whether it's playing the game every day or whether it's acquiring extra cards or getting $1.50 Chaos Legion packs off the market right now, not the buying them off Hive Engine or the non-card market. There's just so many ways, if you believe in the future of the game, that you can position yourself wisely for massive multiplication of value. But it probably is 2 years, maybe it's more than that. Are you okay with that? And if you aren't, it's great that you can now sell them, because you can say to yourself, nope, this is it. I give up. And you can go ahead and liquidate, and you can walk away, and you can have some money in your pocket. Whereas with every other game under the sun, that's not the case. So that's why I love this game, and that's part of why I believe in it for now and for the future. Crypto Beaver, thanks for the comment. And you are number 2 on our raffle ticket list. Eli the Wise was number 1, Crypto Beaver's number 2, and like I said at the beginning of the video, any of those people who leave comments and get them featured as a video on this channel will get a raffle ticket for a plot of land that we will raffle off in probably 3 to 5 months, depending on how many raffle tickets we give out, because we're going to give out 250 of them, and then we're going to raffle. And so Crypto Beaver has a 1 in 250 chance of getting a free plot of land. And so does Eli the Wise. And so does every other member of my YouTube channel who support my channel at every level. You're going to get 1 raffle ticket for every month that you support me moving forward. Thank you guys for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.